This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
It's French Language Day, and this excites me, but also gives me that anxiety when you're going into a French test you're not ready for back in high school.
Like, how is it possible that what is it from grade 2 onwards that you take it in school up into high school? Mm-hmm. I even took it in university.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, then you're going to have an advantage on me. I dropped it in grade 10.
Absolutely not. I remember nothing. I know comme ci, comme ça. That's it.
Okay, hopefully you're going to do better than comme ci, comme ça in this game. It's French Language Day, and Steph is going to put us to the test here, the quiz master.
Mm-hmm. So what you're going to do is give us something that has gone into Google
and been translated into French.
Okay.
So you guys have to translate this.
Tell you what this means, okay?
Okay, Gurdeep, you're first.
Lovely.
Here we go.
Je ne skierai plus jamais.
Can I hear it again?
Je ne skierai plus jamais.
I don't like this game.
No, I will never ski again.
Oh, yeah, that's factual.
Factual. Okay, I like that.
Okay, Pooj, you ready for yours?
Oh, sure.
Here we go.
Je vais à l'université TikTok.
What? Come on, that's so easy.
I go to TikTok University.
Yes,
you got it.
Come on, man. The words were university and TikTok.
See that? Sorry. It's all that university French I took.
Okay, this is your second one. Redeem yourself here. This is your only hope. Ready?
Man.
Je porte ma casquette de baseball à l'envers.
What, really, guys?
Listen
Come
again.
on, I got that
Pay
one.
attention.
No, you
Je
didn't.
porte ma casquette de baseball à l'envers.
Listen to the one word in there.
Je porte ma casquette de baseball à l'envers.
Baseball.
She literally said the word.
Baseball.
I threw the baseball at the Jays game.
No.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's what I thought it
wear
was.
my
No.
baseball cap backwards.
No,
You didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. I thought it was what you said.
Pooja's is going to be like, my name is Pooja. Oh, what did she say?
Okay, ready? Pooj, this is your last one.
Okay.
Je ne suis pas très doué pour faire des câlins.
Whoa, again?
Je ne suis pas très doué pour faire des câlins.
See, now you actually got one that's in French.
All French words? Last time?
Je ne suis pas très doué pour faire des câlins.
I do not prefer...
Cannons.
Clearly. I'm not a cannon girl.
I am not very good at hugging.
Oh!
Very true.
I loved how factually accurate this segment was.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Has the universe ever tried to send you what amounts to a pretty clear sign?
Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, okay, Pooj, you know, during pandemic, I became plant dad. I just
Yes.
took on plants because I'm like, okay, let me get a bunch of plants. And I got invested heavily because I got 5 different plants and they were all flourishing.
I was going to say, I am very impressed because I personally can't keep any plants alive. And I looked at your plants. You've done a very good job.
Thank you. 5 different kinds and they were all doing really well. The
I feel
one
like
that
I'm
was,
talking about your children.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you.
I've
I've
named
raised them well.
I talked to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one that was actually doing the best before my move was my money tree. It was incredible. People would come over and comment on it. They're like, your money tree's amazing. It's massive. It keeps sprouting new leaves. The leaves are thick and green and full. And I'm like, a money tree is meant to be like fortuitous, right? Like money is coming to you if it's doing well. Great.
Your condo's okay, but your money tree
It's
is impressive.
fantastic. So I moved, and all the plants did really, really well in the move, except my money tree. And by the way, in moving, I took on the biggest debt of my life. There's all kinds of moving fees and land transfer taxes and maintenance and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, times are tough right now, and my money tree is dying a horrible death.
No.
I have tried moving it around the condo, changing up the soil, giving it different homes, talking to it, but like it does not like anything right now. And coincidentally, I'm losing a lot of money.
Sounds like a lot of people can relate to this right now with, affordability, everything being so expensive, inflation, all the things. I don't think you're the only one, but the fact that your money plant is actually like a neon sign for you every day, reminding you.
I'm telling you, every morning I get up and there's more leaves on the ground. It's yellowing. And it's not the condo because all the other trees or plants are doing really well. I put out an Instagram poll saying, like, does this mean I'm in trouble? Does this mean I'm reading too much into it? Or should I seek a second opinion and go see a fortune teller? That was the most popular choice.
About your money plant?
Yeah, that I should go see a fortune teller and get a second opinion.
Your fortune teller is going to be like, do you know what people come in here and ask me? This is what you came to ask me about?
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
from 98.1 CHFI.
Season 3 of Canada's Got Talent tonight at 8 p.m. on City TV. And one of the judges, Kardinal Offishall, joins us live in studio. Cardi, thanks for sticking around. Have you ever done a cold plunge?
So, ironically, just a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I went to Wisconsin. And there's an actual, you guys know the appliance Kohler, K-O, whatever. They actually have a whole town named after Kohler. And they have incredible spas there. So we went for a spa weekend, and I did the dumbass cold plunge.
That tells us everything we need to know about how you feel about it.
It's stupid, but apparently it's incredible for your body and your nervous system. And
How did you feel after, though?
I never should have done the cold plunge.
I don't know.
Cardi, you're not helping me, man. I'm
Sorry,
trying to convince
bro. They're like-
Pooja.
You're trying
like-
to convince me, and I thought if anybody can convince me, it's you because
Yeah.
you can hype anything up. So
I could.
We thought
But because I like you, I'm not going to pretend.
So you know what? Maybe that's just the answer.
Okay,
Maybe
but
we
you know
just go
what?
with
It's
that.
something that everybody should experience at least once.
Okay.
There you
So
go.
here's something that I put into practice. I have been starting off with my usual hot shower, and I gradually, by the end of it, turn it all the way cold.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So you are a
Has that an
believer.
effect then?
Yeah. It does, because it does stimulate the nervous system in the right way. It makes the muscles contract when they're support. All the good stuff. So there's benefits.
Okay.
A lot of good benefits from the cold shower. I just can't start it that way.
Yeah.
Got
See,
it.
all the science.
Okay.
And you notice he said it's something everyone should experience at least once. But what I'm hearing is it sounds like something everyone should experience at most once. Is what I'm really hearing from you.
That.
Kardinal Offishall, thank you so much for doing
Thank
this,
you,
man.
guys. Appreciate it.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
You know when you meet someone on vacation or like a couple and you become like instant best friends?
Oh yes.
So
Like you have dinner with them, like you plan to meet every night, that kind of thing.
Yes, you're swapping numbers. You're making plans to meet. So my mom and I, after dinner one night, like early in the trip, the second night, we went to this little cafe on the resort. And we're like, oh, you had a big meal. Let's get a mint tea. See this lovely couple sitting there. And I'll shout them out, Jason and Lena from Dallas, Texas. And I'm like, are these 2 seats taken? They're like, no, sit down. And we start chatting with them. And they're so lovely. They're so friendly. They're warm. They had such interesting jobs and backstories that I just got totally sucked into the conversation. I look at my watch. It's 3 hours later.
Oh, wow.
It's now 11:30 p.m. and we've been sitting there drinking multiple mint teas and just shooting the breeze.
Well, you're on vacation, so
Yeah.
it's not like you have anywhere to go.
And yeah, true. And then the next night, sure enough, my mom and I go to grab a mint tea. Who do we see there in the very same seats? Jason and Lena. So this became a nightly routine. We swapped numbers. We started making friendly bets on the hockey game because Jason was a Vegas fan. And he said, okay, listen, if the Leafs beat Vegas, I'm coming to Toronto to visit you. If Vegas beats the Leafs, you're coming to Dallas to visit me.
So you made plans outside of just being friends at the resort. You're going to actually meet up?
And honestly, in the moment, it seems so logical. We're hanging out for 5-6 straight nights. I'm like, of course I'm going to go hang out with Jason and Lena. And he's like, when you come down to Dallas, you're staying with me. I got the invite to the house.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm a few weeks removed from the trip. And I'm like, am I going to see them again? Am I going to see them ever again? In the moment, I was dead sure.
You know what? I've been there, and you have the best of intentions, and you genuinely make a connection. But then I think like real life hits you, and you're like, practically speaking, I only get so many days a year of vacation. Am I really going to Dallas
Yeah.
to go stay with people I hardly know?
Now, the mitigating factor here is I actually have family in Dallas, and it is a place I do go. So if next time I go down to Dallas, I might drop them a text and say, hey, I'm in town, see what happens, put out the feeler.
Yeah, but see, if you don't keep in touch up until that point,
It's
then
weird,
you're like
right?
2 years later, you're going to be like, so remember 2 years ago?
Yeah, I'm mint tea guy.
Yeah.
So-
Like you have to have something else to talk about.
And honestly, because I'm a bit of a chatty Cathy. Is there a male equivalent to that? I'm a chatty Carl.
Craig?
Yeah, whatever. Like I this happens to me every time I go on vacation, but I've never followed up on it. I've never taken vacation friends beyond the confines of a vacation.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I'm guilty of it as well. But I wanted to. Like we've sent emails beyond the vacation, but then
Why don't you text, man? Email's a little formal.
I mean, it's been a while.
You're like,
Yeah.
I wrote them a handwritten letter in my calligraphy.
In calligraphy.
Yeah. Have you ever stayed friends or met up with someone again after The vacation. I want to hear these stories. Tell me if this is going to work out. How did it go? Did it go poorly? Did you have nothing to talk about if you're not on vacation? Or hey, maybe it went the other way. Maybe you're like besties now.
Yeah, we were vacation friends. We're not real life friends. I don't know. Does it actually translate? And do people stay in touch? Because that's who I want to hear from. Let's go to Adam in Toronto. What's your vacation friend story?
I went to Punta Cana with my ex for a week for our 1-year anniversary. Ended up meeting a few couples from the UK, from Dallas, actually. It's funny you mentioned that. And we just hit it. We spent a lot of time throughout the week at the resort just doing things together, whether it was excursions or meals. And then we just kept in touch all these years later.
You're still in touch?
Yes. Actually, I went over to the UK a few years ago for the birth of one of their kids.
Whoa. This is through like life events. You know, you have an ex now. So now has the new partner met the friends?
No.
So, and how does it work? You're still in touch with the friends, but not with the ex. So, like, you won the vacation friends in the breakup.
Well, we talk, but obviously the connection's just not there anymore. But I'm the one that actually stayed in contact with everybody, yes.
So good. Maybe that's what it takes. It takes one person who's committed to staying in touch, and then you will.
I truly believe that, yes.
Adam, thanks for the context, man. Right. You're giving me some hope that Jason, Lena, and myself and my mom will all still be friends in a few years.
Gurdeep, you got this, bud.
So nice. I love that story. You know, maybe, just maybe, I know you said that you're more present and that's maybe why you connect. Mm-hmm. Could it just be that you're on vacation with your partner and you're so sick and tired of hanging out with them all day, you just want to talk to other people?
I need to branch out.
And that's why they're attractive?
Is this insight into you and Paul on vacation?
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Okay, do you remember there was a time, this was actually in the 70s, where job sharing was a thing, and that's basically when two people share one job. You don't remember because you weren't born yet.
Yeah, no. I was working the assembly plant in the 70s, and I would job share with Carl.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a wild time.
Oh, Carl.
We would chain smoke on our breaks.
It was a good time to be alive, wasn't it?
We only had to do half a job. It was wild.
Well, I think originally it came in the 70s because they were trying to help women with mat leave and returning from mat leave. So you would share a job with someone essentially, and that way you didn't have to perform all the duties. You can get back to being home.
So would you work 20 hours a week or 40?
I guess it would depend if you're only doing like 3 days a week or 2 days a week, maybe you're doing a half day.
Isn't this just called part-time work?
Well, I mean, yes and no, because part-time work, I guess, would be still the same job that you'd be, a certain number of hours, where maybe here you're sharing a job. I don't know. Clearly, I don't know anything about sharing.
You're like,
job share.
Hey, man, you're from the 70s. You should know this stuff.
I am from the 70s, actually. Born and raised. So I guess this makes me think, like, in today's day and age, it's making a comeback.
Job sharing is making a comeback?
Yes. And I'm wondering why.
Well, one person's working from the living room, one person's working from the den, one person's working from the can.
Yes. I mean, I think
that's sharing a home.
That is actually what it's about. It's because employees now, want a little bit more freedom. They want to work smarter, not harder. There's the whole thing. They have more demands.
Right.
So they want to bring job sharing back.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, the whole constructs of work have been flipped on their head, right? Through COVID. I mean, what we thought about work and how you work and where you work and when you work, that has all been reprioritized and changed. And I think we haven't really landed on what it's going to look like, right? A lot of workplaces are doing this kind of hybrid model. I would argue with job sharing, you and I are both only about half a human each in terms of our capabilities. So I would argue that technically you and I are just sort of doing the job of one fully capable human. I think we're job sharing this.
Oh, okay. Are we actually sharing? Because you remember when you were in school and then you had like a shared project, like it was a group project.
Those were the worst.
And one person did all the work and the other person just got the grade.
I hated that. I was always the guy who ended up doing the work. I'm like, no, why do I always get put with the slackers?
Is that what's happening here?
Well, I think you and I are sort of on an equal footing.
Oh, so I was going to say you do more work than I do.
I don't know. I think it's, what's our jingle? It's Pooja and Gurdeep in the morning. What would that change
We'd
to?
have to change it to sometimes Pooja, sometimes Gurdeep.
Or Pooja or Gurdeep in the morning. You get one of us.
I take it back. I'm the one getting an A. You're definitely the slacker.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.